Kim Kardashian and Kanye, I couldn't do it. I wouldn't do it anyway. But I couldn't do it because if I break up with that white woman and she gets a white man gonna raise my kids. I don't want another man raising my kids, period. But a white man raising my black children. What he teaching my son? What he teaching my daughters? You see what I'm saying? So there's a whole slew of consequences you got to think about when you make them jumps. And people don't be thinking, man. They be living in the moment. You can't live in the moment. You got to live long term. I just don't. It just was never something I was into. I just never. And I've been around white women my whole life, college, everything. I just don't want it, because I value black women. When your values dictate your behavior, so I just don't get it. I really don't get it. That's something that, I mean, I know what it is. It's self-hate. You know what I'm saying? But I wish we could overcome that. I really wish we could overcome that. Because it's true, most black men do not marry outside the race. That's true. But most men who marry outside the race are black. In other words, we do it more than everybody else, so it's still a major problem. When you move up in class and economics, it gets even worse. So, yes, sir.
What do you have to say, because I know a couple of my friends date a lot of white girls. High school, playing football, all my football buddies date white girls. And I approach them like, hey, why don't you get a black girl? And they tell me, bro, it don't matter. Date who you want to date, love who you want to love. But I feel some type of way because my history, we really stick with the black culture. And these guys are part of my family, but when I see them, it does feel like they're turning their back on black women. So what do you have to say to the guys that say that?
They are turning their back on black women. Because they're young, I'm not going to crucify them too much, because they have to raise their consciousness. We all start somewhere, right? But it is my hope that they come across somebody who will try to get them to think more critically about their dating decisions. And as I was saying earlier, discussion we had earlier today, black mothers and black fathers have a lot to do with this, because we're not teaching our kids to remain loyal to their community. You feel me?
Right.
If black fathers are raising their sons to be loyal to black women, you don't have this. If black mothers are telling their sons to be loyal to the black woman, you don't have this. So you have a crisis of black parents who don't have a problem with their children going outside the community. And it starts in school. It starts in school, elementary school, middle school. You know, they start friending them up. So you see what your child is interested in, and you don't make no correctives. So a lot of this is the parents. It's the upbringing. And because we all raised colorblind, Muslims and Christians,
Right.
That's where a lot of it comes from. Oh, I can't judge people based on their race.
Yeah.
No, that's not Jesus. And that's not Muhammad. And that's killing us. You cannot use religion to develop your political agenda. And black people keep trying to use religion to determine our political agenda. We can't do that.
And I just spoke to my grandma about that at dinner yesterday.
Yeah.
You can't use religion
You
to
can't.
make a point in
The
everything.
Bible and the Quran do not address racism or white supremacy. So how can you use the Bible and the Quran to solve them? You can't. Good brother, to talk about the increase in biracial Africans in advertising. Like when you turn on the commercials, it's all mixed race and interracial.
White man, black woman.
Exactly, because the agenda is to destroy the traditional black family. That the United States government would rather have a mixed race African than a traditional African out front of the movement, because they don't have to worry about the mixed race African forcing the difficult conversations about race and power, because they benefit from a mixed race privilege that they don't want to lose. So the arguments that you and I would bring up if we in a room with white folks, they'll never bring up, because number one, they don't feel it as toughly because they are insulated to some extent from the mixed race privilege, the light skin supremacy, if you would, right? And at the same time, America can still count them as black people because they are, but you don't have to deal with any of the political backlash. You see, so they want a black America that is led by the mixed race African, because they will be able to muzzle the voice of oppression that black people have. And all this interracial dating advertising, like all the car commercials, black woman, white, listen, they're not advertising that for the black man. The black man had a snow bunny crisis for a long time, so he ain't got to advertise white women to the black man, right? You coons is in love with them damn Betsies, right? They're doing it for the black woman. And the reason they're trying to sell the black woman, the white man, Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, this is why the Meghan Markle, Prince Harry thing was so big, because it put in the black woman's mind this false belief that there's a white prince waiting for you somewhere, so you don't need to fight for your black man to be released out of prison. You don't need to fight for your black man to get a job. You don't need to fight for your black man, you know, to get free of the criminal justice system. So the idea is, convince the black woman that she can get a white man, and she'll stop trying to unite with her own black man. See, what we need is the black man and the black woman fighting together as a unit. But that would be too powerful, because if the black woman united with the black man politically, with her power, her money, her education, her vote, you understand? If that got married to our political crisis as black males, we'd be unstoppable. So the white man has a vested interest in keeping the black woman from investing herself politically in the black man's struggle. And they're doing it by selling her the dream that you can have a white man. Now, every white man wants to sleep with a black woman. You understand? But not every black man wants to marry a white woman. Just like every white woman wants to sleep with a black man, many of them, not everybody, there's always exceptions, but they don't necessarily want to make him their husbands. You see, but they need black women to believe that they can all have a white man, because if they can all have a white man, why do they care about all the black men in jail? If they can have a white man, why do they care about all the black men being killed by cops? If they can have a white man, why do they care about all the black men killing other black men? You see what I'm saying? If we want to make sure we keep the black woman away from getting involved in the war against black males, we have to sell her a pipe dream. They did it 50, 60 years ago with the welfare reform. They didn't give black women welfare and food stamps and public housing because they cared about them and their kids. They gave black women welfare and food stamps and public housing so you wouldn't go fight to get your man out of prison. In other words, the public services became a distraction away from you going to get your man. They doing it again with the white advertising. Instead of welfare, it's now the white male. Prince Harry. All of you can have a Prince Harry. Now all the girls in high school think they're going to get a Prince Harry. You see, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because white men do not marry down in social status. Very rarely do rich white males marry down in social status. This is why I say the only white girls that black men can get are the white women other white men don't want. Black men only get the leftovers. You know why? Because white men don't marry down, rich white men don't marry down in social status. So poor Becky could never get Bill Gates. Do you see what I'm saying? She could get Charles Barkley. She could get Jalen Rose. You see what I'm saying? But she can't get Bill Gates.
Elon Musk.
Exactly, because rich white men don't marry down. Rich black men do because we knew money. Old white money don't marry down. They stay in their circle. Rich black money is new black money. You understand? And we also have a snow bunny crisis. So we'll marry Becky in a heartbeat. And then Becky will break our bank like Tiger Woods' wife did. That woman was a housemaid, and now she's a billionaire.
Marriage is like a business partnership. Like, if a black man was to marry a white woman, and he's well off financially.
Right.
The minute he kicks the bucket, that money goes to her. And
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Look at Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
His woman, you think she's gonna drop a check off to the black community? Here, go build a bank.
Yeah.
Go build a supermarket. What white widow of a rich black man do you know of financed an institution for black people? Nope. I don't know of one. And women live longer than men on average. So she's going to get the bag sooner or later. You're going to the ancestor before she go to her, so she's going to be left with the bag. What rich white woman is going to drop off a check to the black community? Kobe wife ain't going to do that.
The mother is suing the daughter to get a piece of the money.
Look at that. Look at that. We have to think financially about after we die. We don't do that. Black people do not think about their finances after you die. Then what? What are you leaving to the children? What are you leaving to the people? We have to get into that mindset. Because you know, you're using Kobe, and I like Kobe. But look at what you did, bro. That man was he might have been almost a billionaire, if not a billionaire, and you left it all to another people. You talk about economic holocaust. The snow bunny crisis is without question it's devastating us. And to me, it's selfish and it's a form of betrayal. Not just for the obvious, you turned your back on a black woman, but you got to realize all the black basketball players, all the black singers, all the black actors who caught hell so you could be in this position. Think about this now.
Right.
You're standing on the shoulders of ancestors who went through hell so you could be in this position, and the way you pay them back is by giving all your wealth to somebody with another race. Queen.
Yeah, well, speaking of legalities, okay, with, was it Kardashian?
Kim Kardashian and Kanye.
Now, to my understanding, they had,
They have a prenup from what I'm hearing. But the prenup don't mean nothing with child support. How many babies she got?
Okay. You
4?
answered my question. You answered
How many they got? 4?
4 or 5.
Could you imagine that child support? He worth 6.6. You know what that monthly thing going to be? Because didn't Tyrese, baby mom, and Tyrese is my buddy, but I know she got something crazy. Well, she asked for something crazy. I don't know if she's asking for $12,000 a month or $125 a month, whatever. Some of these baby moms be asking for some crazy numbers, and their baby dads aren't billionaires. You feel me? This man is a bona fide billionaire. So that child support for 4 babies?
Yeah.
Don't knock that status down.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see the numbers.
So black women are strong. And then if it's easier for them to go to a white woman that's going to let them do whatever they want or disrespect them or, you know what I mean, like, why would a man want to be with a black woman that's going to put her foot down and tell you how she want to be raised and how her children should be raised and stuff like that?
Because
So-
if he values the black woman, he will tolerate it. In other words, I could only see myself with a black woman. You feel me? So whatever challenges come with that, I'm okay. Because that's my principle. You see what I'm saying? But if he don't have a principle that values black woman, he might go to the white girl. It all starts with your values and your principles. And we are not raising our children with the values and principles that say, stay with your own. You feel me? It don't matter if the black woman is loud or quiet. It don't matter if she's aggressive or docile. If you value the black family, you want to get you a black woman. It is no two ways around it.
But it's like oppressed because we get shamed for being loud or we get shamed for doing things that other races get praised for.
And I would argue you're not being shamed because you're loud. You're being shamed because you're black. In other words, the black man who goes with the white woman ain't got an issue with your personality. He got an issue with you. It's just like the white man. Racism. Racism don't discriminate based on personality. You feel me? Racism don't care if you Barack Obama or Bill Cosby or Umar Johnson. Racism is about the elimination of African people. You see, don't get caught up in the personalities, right? So we'll say, well, if we just dress the right way, they'll leave us alone. If we walk the right way, they'll leave us alone. If we talk the right way, they'll leave us alone. You can talk the right way, dress the right way, get all the degrees you want, and they'll still take your life because they did not object to your personality. They objected to your existence. You see? So the black man with the white woman, he objects to the black woman no matter how she acts. You could have been the most bougie, white acting black woman there was, and he still wouldn't want you because he got an issue with himself. And that's all there is to it. Black woman should never internalize or personalize that. It's like if I see a black woman with a white man, I'm not internalizing and personalizing that. I know what that's about. That's about self-hate. And then over the past week, I've been getting messages from a lot of black men, right? They say, Dr. Umar, why you never get on the sisters for dating white dudes? You always getting on us. Well, yes, it's not acceptable for the women either, but I also understand that her decision is largely a result of yours. I'm not excusing the black woman date. I'm going to be clear, ladies. You have no business with the snow bunnies either. But her decision is largely a result of ours. You understand? So I'm not going to jump on the black woman for that because the black woman's numbers, although climbing, don't even begin to compare to what the black man is doing with the white woman. You feel me? Like night and day. Rarely do you see more of it now.